Richard Rancha. Follow. Updated 1Y. What is the most touching act of kindness you have ever witnessed or experienced? This happened to me just 6 weeks ago. I have a casual Facebook friend, a fellow from Germany named Hans. I live in the USA. We were in the same car group. He had a couple wonderful, perfect Gaugamobiles that I always made a point to comment on. Hans in one of his Gaugamobiles. From those encounters we became friends, and I admired some steam engines he posted. It turns out there's a huge community of steam engine collectors on Facebook, and Hans had the nicest, most unique ones of any I had seen. I wanted to get my own steam engine, and since they are not a cheap investment, I asked Hans for advice. He was very generous with his opinions and helped me settle on one for sale on eBay. When it arrived, I fired it up and made a little video of it running for Facebook. Of course, I gave my friend full credit for mentoring me on the hobby. About 2 months later, this beautiful piece of functional art arrived in the mail from Germany. This was a motor I had seen and admired on Facebook. It's handmade in South Africa and very expensive. I was near tears when I opened the package. Then I saw the beautiful, touching letter that was enclosed with it. It reads, "Dear Richard, surely you wonder why I just give you something like that. There are 2 reasons for this. First, I got to know you a little bit on Facebook, and you are a very personable person to me. We share our hobbies. You have 2 lovely, beautiful daughters and a great woman. You are a great family. I like you all very much. The second reason, I would like to represent all Americans who liberated Germany in World War II. You have done so much for Germany like nobody else. And that despite the suffering that we Germans have brought on the world. My father was 18 when he had to go to war. He was shot in the pelvis, he was shot in the kidney, and he had a graze on the forehead. He had survived everything and had to go to war again and again after healing. In the last year of the war, he was in a house fight in France. He once said that he crept to a corner of the house, full of fear. Suddenly an American soldier came around the corner, and both men were terrified. Both of them had their rifles pointed at each other. Neither shot, both just looked at each other. Then the American said, "I don't want to kill you." Neither did my father. The 2 men exchanged addresses and became friends after the war. If the American had shot, I wouldn't exist. Dear Richard, thank America. I hope you enjoy the little machine, it is new. I only ran it once for a test. Best regards. Hans from Germany. P.S. I'm sorry for my bad language. I tried to read the letter to my wife, but I got emotional and was unable to speak. I handed it to her. With all the problems and hatred we're subjected to every day, we can forget some of the good and heroic things that happen along the way. My friend Hans provides a good reminder. Just excellent. Thank you a million times, Hans. I asked Hans permission to post the letter. It is on my Facebook page from July 6th. You are welcome to read my account there and look at all the comments. It's very heartwarming, at least to me it is. Edit, October 15th, 2020. I got a note via Facebook Messenger from Hans' wife. Hans had a stroke last week. He's come home from the hospital and all his parts work, no paralysis, but his brain is scrambled. He cannot read or write and his concentration skills are very limited. He will be going to rehab in a few days, and they hope for a full recovery. I have prayers today for my friend Hans. 159K views. View 9,618 upvotes.